Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we have discussed on impact or collision. And in this lecture, we will discuss on conservation of energy in elastic impact. So, for the case of elastic impact, we consider two bodies having weight W1 and W2 and mass M1 and M2. So here we consider the first case, that is before collision of the two bodies are moving with velocities u1 and u2, and during collision both the bodies comes in contact with each other, and after collision both the bodies are getting separated from each other. And during this case we observe that the velocity of u1 must be greater than u2, and the velocity of, that is w2, is v2 is greater than the velocity of w1, that is v1. For the case of elastic impact, the value of coefficient of restitution is equal to 1. So here we use the value, that is E equal to 1. And we know that E is coefficient of restitution, and it is defined as the ratio of velocity of separation by velocity of approach. So velocity of separation is v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2 is equal to 1. So we consider v2 minus v1 is equal to u1 minus u2, and we rearrange this expression, and it becomes u1 plus v1 is equal to u2 plus v2. Now in the chapter of momentum, we have discussed the conservation of momentum. So according to the conservation of momentum, the summation of initial momentum is equal to summation of final momentum. So if we consider the momentum, so momentum is mass into velocity. So if we calculate the momentum of individual bodies before collision and after collision, so it becomes, so for before collision, the momentum of first body it is m1u1, for second body it is m2u2, and the momentum after collision for first body is m1v1, and for second body it is m2v2. So as here we consider it is summation, so we add the momentum that is for the case of before collision, and we add the momentum for the case that is after collision. So according to that, m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2. So now we rearrange this expression as m1u1 minus m1v1 is equal to m2v2 minus m2u2. So now we take mass to be common from both the sides. In the left hand side, it becomes m1 into u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 into v2 minus u2. So this is equation 2 and this is equation 1. So multiply equation 2 with equation 1. So it becomes m1 u1 minus v1 into u1 plus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus u2 into u2 plus v2. So here we consider this expression as m1 into u1 square minus v1 square is equal to m2 into v2 square minus u2 square. So now we open the bracket here, and it becomes m1 u1 square minus m1 v1 square is equal to m2 v2 square minus m2 u2 square. And now we rearrange this expression as m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square is equal to m1 v1 square plus m2 v2 square. So next we multiply half to both the sides. So as we multiply half, that is 1 by 2 to both the sides, the expression becomes half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square is equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. And we know that kinetic energy is equal to half into mass into square of the velocity. So here we consider this is the initial case, that is before collision, the kinetic energies of the two bodies before collision, and here we can say this is the kinetic energy of the two bodies after collision. So here we consider this is the summation of kinetic energy before collision, and this is the summation of kinetic energy after collision. So we can say that this is the initial kinetic energy and this is the final kinetic energy. Or you can say the summation of kinetic energy before impact must be equal to the summation of kinetic energy after impact. So we can say that this is the reason why we consider the energy is conserved during elastic impact. So now we consider here, or we discuss the loss of kinetic energy during impact. So if we consider during the elastic impact, the energy is conserved. So if we consider the plastic impact, it means the energy is not conserved. Is that clear? So during elastic impact, the energy is only conserved. But during plastic impact, the energy is not conserved. Or if you can say that if the coefficient of restitution is equal to 1, then the energy is conserved. If the coefficient of restitution is not equal to 1, the energy is not conserved. If the energy is not conserved, it means the loss of energy is there. So that we are going to discuss here, the loss of kinetic energy during the impact. So when the conservation of energy is not applicable, or when the value of E is not equal to 1 to a system, then there must be some losses. So it means the sum of kinetic energy before impact must be more than the sum of kinetic energy after impact. If the kinetic energy of the bodies before impact is greater than the kinetic energy of the bodies after impact, it means, so during the process, the loss of energy is there. And how we have to calculate that loss of energy? So that loss of energy must be equal to the kinetic energy of the bodies before impact minus kinetic energy of the bodies after impact. So this will understood while we solve the numerical. So let's see some of the numericals based on impact or collision. So let's consider the first numerical. So here the question is, for the two balls in the figure, find the velocities v1 and v2 after an elastic if before impact u1 is equal to u, u2 equal to 0 and w2 equal to 2w1. So these are the two balls which are moving initially, that is before collision, with the velocities u1 and u2. The value of u1 is given as u and the value of u2 is equal to 0. It means this body is at rest condition. So now we draw the diagram, that is for the case before collision, during collision and after collision. So before collision, the case will be like this. This w1 is moving with velocity u1 and w2 with u2. During collision, both the bodies comes in contact with each other, and after collision both the bodies are getting separated from each other with the velocities v1 and v2. So see, as this is the elastic case or elastic impact case as per the question, so both the bodies are moving with different velocities. And according to the given question, both the bodies are moving with different velocities, therefore impact is elastic impact. So this we will understood by default if it is not mentioned as an elastic. So as it is elastic, so as it is given in the question it is elastic, so there will be no problem. But sometimes it is not mentioned but the velocities are given. So from the data itself we have to understood whether the case is elastic impact or plastic impact. So as it is given, so it is well understood, but if it is not given, but velocities are given, after the impact, the velocities of the two bodies are given in a different manner. So it means this is the case of elastic impact. So this is very important while we solve the numerical. So for the elastic impact, E is equal to 1. So that is V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2 is equal to 1. So we can say V2 minus V1 equal to U1 minus U2. So the value of U2 is given as 0. So the equation becomes V2 minus V1 is equal to U. Now according to the conservation of momentum, we can say the initial momentum, the summation of initial momentum is equal to summation of final momentum. So according to that, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. As U2 is 0, so this term gets 0. So the equation reduced to M1 U1 equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So here in place of M1 we can substitute W1 by G. So G is common from both the sides, so it automatically cancels each other. So we consider here W1 U1 equal to W1 V1 plus W2 V2. So the value of U1 is given as U, so here we consider U, and the value of W2 is given as 2W1. So we substitute this value here, and after substituting we get the expression to be like this, and from both the sides the W1 cancels each other, and the equation U is equal to V1 plus 2V2, or you can say V1 plus 2V2 equal to U. So this we consider to be equation 2, and here we consider this is the equation 1. This is equation 1. So we add both these equations. So adding both these equations, we get the value of V2 to be equal to 2 by 3U. Now substitute this value of V2 either in equation 1 or in equation 2. So I substitute this value of V2 in equation 2. So after substituting the value of V2 in equation 2, we get the value of V1 to be minus U by 3, which is asking in the question the velocities of the two bodies after the impact, that is V1 and this is V2. Now we moving on to the next question. A man weighing 667.5 Newton runs and jumps from a pier into a boat with a horizontal velocity V1 equal to 3 meter per second. Assuming that the impact is entirely plastic, find the velocity with which the man and boat will move away from the pier. If the boat weighs 890 Newton, also compare the final kinetic energy of the boat and man together with the initial kinetic energy of the man. So see, here we consider the diagram for the given case. So this is the pier on which the man stands, and here is the boat. So this man will run and jumps into this boat. So this man is having weight Wm, and this man will moves towards the boat and jumps on this boat with the velocity V1 as per the question. Now as he jumps on the boat, this boat is moving in forward direction, so that velocity we consider to be V2. So while this total system is moving with velocity V2, the weight of the total system becomes weight of the man plus weight of the boat. So see, here we consider the datas, that is weight of the man, it is 67.5 Newton. Weight of the boat, it is 890 Newton. V1 is the velocity with which the man jumps, that is 3 meter per second. Now according to the conservation of momentum, so we consider the initial momentum or the summation of initial momentum is equal to summation of final momentum. So initially the man is moving with velocity V1. So we can say that the mass of the man into velocity with which he jumps. So this is the first case or the initial case. So for initial case, the momentum becomes mass of the man into the velocity of the man with which he jumps. Then the second case or the final case, this is the total mass with which the mass is moving with velocity V2. So the final momentum becomes the total mass into V2. So here we consider this is the initial momentum. So in place of mass, I consider directly the weight because mass is equal to W by G. So G from both the sides cancels each other. So only we consider W here. So Wm into V1 is equal to Wm plus Wb into V2. So now we substitute the value of Wm and V1 and Wm WB V2 in both the sides. So here after substituting the value, because all the datas are with us as per the question, and this V2 we have to find out. So V2 becomes 1.29 meter per second after substituting all these values. Now the second part of the question, we have to calculate the loss of kinetic energy, or you can say we have to compare as per the question the final kinetic energy of the boat and man together with the initial kinetic energy of the man, because initially we consider the man alone is jumping, but in the final case the mass of the man and the mass of the boat together is moving with velocity v2. So the loss of kinetic energy, that is kinetic energy before impact minus kinetic energy after impact. So before impact we consider only man, so that is half mass of the man into v1 square. This is the velocity with which the man is jumping. So half Wm by g into v1 square, substitute all the value, the kinetic energy before impact is this. Similarly, kinetic energy after impact, so here we consider both the masses together, mass of the man and the mass of the boat. So that is mass of the man plus mass of the boat. So that is Wm plus Wb by g into v2 square. Substitute all the values, we get the kinetic energy of the two bodies after impact will be this. So by comparing both the kinetic energy before impact and after impact, we find out the loss of kinetic energy is there. So that is 306.19 minus 132.102 is equal to 174.09 joule. Thank you.